Hey guys, Matt here. Got a movie review for you. Opening weekend. It's a first for me. Just saw the movie Limitless, starring Bradley Cooper, Abbie Cornish, and Robert De Niro. Now, when I first saw this trailer, I thought, okay, Bradley Cooper's going to get this pill that's going to unlock all of his brain, and Robert De Niro is going to be the businessman that's going to try to, wrangle him in and make Bradley Cooper work for him. Well, unfortunately, the trailer is very misleading. Though that concept is put in the movie a bit, that's not what happens. Limitless is directed by Berger, and I've got to say, Limitless is really a mind blower. Not in the sense of how awesome it is, but the camera work really makes you open your eyes and really makes you feel like you're actually taking the pill yourself. The movie starts out, Bradley Cooper is a writer who really can't think straight, who really can't get any ideas on paper, or in his case, in his computer. And so he comes across his ex-brother-in-law who gives him a pill. Need some help thinking? Here's a pill. Maybe it'll help you. Turns out, it helps him a whole lot more than he thought it would. So, it expands his mind. It not only allows him to think outside the box, but it also allows him to think, 20 blocks down. It lets him speak languages, though he just briefly hears them. It allows him to use math, to use all these things to his advantage, to make himself wealthy. And so, that's the basic part of the movie. The problem I had with this movie was the trailer was the best part of the movie. When he's on the pills and the life he lives while he's on the pills is the great part. But it's like as soon as they explained what happened, when he comes off the pills, that's when it just seemed like the people that worked on the movie ran out of ideas. So that's when they threw in, the man that was following him, this, Russian antagonist, and, it just seemed kind of convoluted, and they just threw in a bunch of things at you trying to make a story out of it. Now, one thing I really did like about this movie was Bradley Cooper is really at the top of his game in this film. I mean, usually, he's been in movies where he's part of the supporting cast, but in this movie, he actually showed off his leading man chops. I mean, this was the first movie that I can think of that he was the leading man since he played in Midnight Meat Train, and that was 4-5 years ago. So, Robert De Niro is also in this movie. He's only in the movie for about maybe 20 minutes max, but I mean, his role's pretty good for what it was. I mean, it's no, Robert De Niro Academy Award-winning role, but, he played the role like it should have been. Abbie Cornish, who's going to be in upcoming Sucker Punch, she did a good role. She was, unfortunately, a lot like Shia LaBeouf's girlfriend in Wall Street 2, which is, something that Tom Perkins pointed out. Thank you, Tom, because he was right on the money with that. Abbie Cornish really could have been used more, but she was just there and not there and then there and not there. It's like she was being used by Bradley Cooper throughout the movie. Yeah, I know he loved her, but it just felt like she was being, used. And you also get a small, yet creepy role from Tom Arena, who was probably most known for his role in Gladiator. He's the man following Bradley Cooper, you'll see. Besides that, the music was alright. The camera shots, let me get back to those. The camera shots were really good. There's this shot that they used 3 times in the movie where they just they show you the streets of New York, but the way they do it is they filmed, a block of New York, and then another block, and then another block. And the way they put it all together was they made it seem like you were traveling down the street of New York non-stop, like you were experiencing tunnel vision of the busy streets of New York City, and it was really amazing. Yet at the same time, it really made you go, whoa, like you needed to focus your eyes a bit. Also, I like the way the color in the film represented him before taking the pills, and then the color and the sharpness represented after he took the pills. So I like this movie more for its camera work, special effects, and lighting and whatnot, more than the actual plot itself. If I had to rate this movie from a 1 to a 5, it'd get somewhere between a 3 and a 4, probably a 3.5. So, let me know what you guys think. See ya.